Welcome to the Best Performance channel for SAP Partners. Enabling best performance is a hot issue, especially enabling new recruited partners with shorter time to revenue. And there's no one better to speak about this than Peter Phillip, who is joining us from the UK. Peter, happy to have you here.
Thank you, Raymond. Happy to be here.
Peter, what was the specific challenge that you did face?
Okay, so we found when signing new resellers, often they would come to us without pipeline. They would also come to us without the necessary skills to close a deal. And we would focus, therefore, on closing that first deal as early as possible, because really the first deal is the hardest to close, and we have a limited amount of time to close that deal before investment is pulled and people lose the motivation in the business. So it's very important, therefore, that we start focusing our activity on creating pipeline early and working on that first deal to close it as soon as possible.
What did you accomplish and how?
Okay, so when we're looking at those two areas, and really based on the partner feedback we had, the things that they mentioned were the most valuable for them in the initial stages were focusing on pipeline, so working on activities together to build pipeline, whether that's SAP providing a lead or a particular marketing activity or campaign going out very quickly. And the second was actually working with them on the first deal. So if you imagine in the past, what we may have had is a partner signing up, perhaps attending a lot of enablement activities, workshops, and then going back to the office to piece it all together and work on it alone. And of course, what they may have learnt in the workshop can easily be forgotten several months later when the actual opportunity appears in pipeline. So we found, firstly, creating campaigns, also looking for opportunities we already have in pipeline, and then handing them to the partner to work with them on that deal was a real great boost for them initially. And also, then instead of waiting for scheduled enablement workshops, which may only occur at certain times of the year, that we'd be very flexible with the enablement and actually inject it directly into the deal that they have in pipeline. So that may mean, for example, instead of a pre-sales workshop and waiting for that we start working with their pre-sales people on preparing for a demo, doing the dry run, and actually being in the demo with them on that first deal. And that, for the partner, is very valuable, because not only do they receive the same kind of enablement that they would receive in a workshop, but it's directly on a deal, and there's no time lag, there's no waiting to get things started.
And I understand it's correctly, you basically use the project timeline from the sales cycle of that customer of the first deal, instead of creating an enablement timeline. And then, as you say, you injected the knowledge, but right on that deal instead of in theory, and then hoping the partner takes into action. What this is essential for the shortening the time, especially? Especially,
if you think that we may have had to wait in the past for a particular training session, or that the partner felt that they lacked certain knowledge, and it was just very important for SAP to be there on the deal, and that meant as an enabler orchestrating with SME pre-sales, for example, to do a dry run, or with the solution center to review the initial bid document to make sure all the risk is taken out, or where possible taking out risk on the number of days estimated, or looking at the proposal and the solution to make sure we get that document as high quality as possible before we send it out.
So you're not on the video because it did work for one partner. You made it successfully work for a couple of partners. But I assume these partners all had huge knowledge about SAP already, and you just wanted to speed them up, right?
That would be very nice if they all had huge knowledge about SAP, but they all had varying backgrounds, as you say. If we look at partner A, for example, they were a competitive recruit, and they had Cognos experience, so they knew the industry, but still did not have a pipeline for SAP, and we had to work on that very quickly. We also had to speed up the creation of their pre-sales environment, and that meant working directly with their pre-sales team to do that. If we look at partner B, they came to us as an existing Business One reseller, and what they'd actually managed to do is spot opportunities already in their pipeline, which were too big for Business One, but ideal for all-in-one, which is what they then signed up as. And therefore, it meant we had pipeline very quickly, and we needed to work straight away on those opportunities. And then Partner C came to us as a systems integrator. They were obviously experienced in delivery, but did not have the sales, pre-sales, or pipeline in the business, and we were able to, or fortunate enough to have an opportunity to work with them on from our pipeline, and together with SME pre-sales and the CSC and closely working on that opportunity, closed it in a very short time frame.
Perfect. So bringing all these three types of partners in less than 180 days of revenue must have been a huge success also for you. But what did it do for the channel build in UK? Was it critical also for the success of the channel in UK, in your market unit?
Absolutely. If you think about, not only is it critical for the partners who sign up, but also for the channel business to have partners who are successful and referenceable, so we can go out and recruit more partners with these success stories. So it's very important, and of course we rely on the new partners to sign new business, and that's part of the number that we have to achieve.
So I think the key takeaway for everybody here in the video watching it is focus on build pipeline very early, then support the reseller at every step through the first deals, his deals, not the theory deals in classroom, and be very flexible in how you deliver the enablement in classroom or virtual, but specific to that deal. Thanks, Peter, and congratulations. We hear from you more about these partners.
Thank you, Roman.